One of the most gratifying things about being with this firm is when I first started, I made it very clear that if I didn't believe that a doctor or a nurse or the medical care was negligent, that we wouldn't take the case. Even though I knew that there are some cases where the lawyers are talented enough that they could have probably won. They promised me that when I first started, and have never gone back on their word. And it's a tremendous show of the integrity of the senior partners of this firm. And it's nice to know that they listen to what I have to say and respect my decisions in that. It's also been very, very gratifying. We look at probably 300 to 400 sets of medical records a year. And of that, we maybe take 15 to 20% of the cases. And that actually goes along with about 20% of cerebral palsy is secondary to malpractice, which would make sense that 80% of these cases wouldn't be. But in the cases that we don't take, I spend an hour or two very, very often on the phone with the family, explaining to them exactly what happened. Every step of the way, through prenatal care, through their time in the nursery, and explain to them why the care was appropriate and why there wasn't any negligence on any part of any of the providers, of the healthcare providers, and explain to them the theories of why their child has cerebral palsy. I also am able to reassure them that it wasn't their fault and explain the physiology of how we believe cerebral palsy occurs from an in utero event. Initially, I thought that I would get some anger that we weren't taking the lawsuit, and actually quite the opposite is true. Every single potential client that I've spoken to this way has been so grateful, and you can hear it in their voice that they've been carrying on sometimes for years a belief that somebody was to blame, whether it was themselves or whether it was a medical provider. And to finally have everything explained to them and be able to put that in their past and move forward with their lives, I get a lot of joy out of that, and have had several letters thanking me for taking the time, because many times physicians won't do that.
We want to answer your questions. Contact us at 1-877-MyAdvocates or visit us at myadvocates.com.